Okay, we're back. Gonna try to do this now. Hopefully there's not gonna be another garbage truck or a lot of loud noise out there. So sorry. So we were talking about water in the last video, and to pick up from there, how I found I don't need as much water to keep myself clean as in any other time in my life. I've always been a big shower lover, and yeah, so I wanted to show this off because this has been the biggest realization for this trip for me. This is a bottle. That was my shower. I gave this example in another video I made about how I shower in a car. It was more full back then. But in 2 weeks, it's now just over halfway empty. In 2 weeks, or 16 days now, this is all the water I have used to keep my body clean, myself smelling fresh and keep my body clean. That is it. It is a 709 milliliter bottle or 24 fluid ounces. This has just been incredible to realize this. Yes, I'm not washing my hair. My mom made me this fabulous hairdo. It's been staying fine. I do just pat like a little bit of aloe into it, or when I'm in a public restroom, get some water down into it, get that kind of keeping it clean, smelling good. So, okay, then this water would say for my body. This is what I've used on my armpits and downstairs. But that's incredible. I mean, I use more than this in just a few seconds in the shower. It's insane. The difference is just insane. So huge realization for me. Great feeling knowing that I can do this, feel like this, feel clean, comfortable, and really not need the amount of water that I've been taking up. Also, for cleaning the car, not needing enough water. I made a video on how to keep my car clean without any water. I use this handy brush. It doesn't scratch. Somebody asked about that. The only thing I could think of is that, because I've used this brush, we've used it wet on the car, but I use it dry currently. And so it's not going to get scratched from the brush itself. Maybe if there were rocks or dirt or sand on the car and that got trapped in the brush and then you were just rubbing those rocks on your paint, that I could see would be a problem. So if I'm brushing off sand, I do like one sweep of all the sand and then I knock the brush and try to get all the sand out. It's not like I've ever really gotten the car covered in sand. That's mostly in the interior anyway, if you have it on your shoes or something. But yeah, so this keeps the car looking clean. If I have bird poop, I spot clean that with like a bottle of car cleaner Windex thing that I'm using up right now. You can also just water works on that, really. We don't need all the chemicals. So once that bottle is done, then I can just use the water. The other thing that I've been sorry. Thought I had an audience there. I think it was just a lady. It was just a lady letting her dog take a poop. Anyway, I'm trying to be stealth because I'm in a neighborhood right now. But so this, keeping car clean, keep my body clean without water. Moving on. Comfortable shoes. Always wear comfortable shoes. That's a lesson I learned. I walked 20 miles in Seattle through all the neighborhoods, and it was a big adventure day for me. And I wore these sandals that are totally flat and have no cushioning, nothing. And by the end of the day, my back was killing me. It wasn't just my feet. My feet hurt a little bit, but the impact on your back when you walk on concrete. So I've learned that lesson. No matter how little I pack when it comes to clothing, I will always pack too much. I did a video on all the clothes I packed, and not all the clothes, but the bags of clothes and how I packed my clothes. So there is that video. But that's another thing I'm learning. You just repeat a lot of stuff. Some things you're like, oh, why did I bring that? I'm not going to wear it. These shirts here. Actually, I am thinking maybe I'll wear this shirt today just because it's been hanging here. This one I wore because it makes a great sun cover up. This is more of a practical piece, but yeah, for the rest of it, there's quite a few things, so I'll probably make a follow-up on that of what I don't need. The only thing though that I underpack is underwear. I underpack underwear. I'm already almost out, and it's the thing is, it's small, and I don't have enough to really warrant like a whole load of laundry. So I need like what, 100 pairs of underwear to make a load, to make it worth it. I don't know. So this is something I'll probably spend some time at a rest stop in the sink doing some hand washing, because I don't want to pay for a laundromat just to wash like what, 5 ounces of laundry. So, that's, what else? Oh yeah, I would recommend stocking up in cheap cost of living states and cities. I still have some food from a stop in Susanville, California. Also, taxes can be different in different places. So if you are in one place, but you know then you're going to spend a couple weeks in a place that's a little bit higher cost of living, if budgeting is an issue for you, definitely stock up when you can. Here's a graphic topic: pooping. So I've talked about, or maybe I haven't, I'm not sure. When I eat things, my eating schedule, I usually eat like around 5 or 6 o'clock, one meal. I like to eat just one meal a day, and I'm not a big snacker. But what was happening in my life before living in the car is that as soon as I ate that meal, about an hour afterwards, I would have to go to the bathroom. And that was later in the day, and not always good when you're living in a car, because later in the day the bathrooms are not always open in public anymore. A lot of places are closed and things like that. But my body just somehow knew. I don't know, it adjusted for me. So that's been a real great bonus, that I have not had that problem, and that I go during the day. I still do the eating at night thing, or eating in the evening, and then sometime in the morning, late afternoon, or early morning, early afternoon, I guess. Anytime. It's just been during the day, which has been great. So, what else? Oh yeah, I get the most use. Things I get the most use out of: the shower water spray bottle, any spray bottle. This is the travel one. I used this one yesterday to keep cool while at Pride, and this was awesome. Also, last night before going to sleep, it was so hot in the car, I sprayed this around the car to get the air to cool down. And I also, I wore shorts and then sprayed it on my legs so that the water sort of evaporated as I was falling asleep and my legs stayed cool. So yeah, spray bottles, awesome. The brush to clean interior, exterior. I've did a video on bandanas and rags. This just invaluable for anything drying up afterwards. Battery pack. Battery pack has been an awesome thing to have, for sure. Yeah, power I talked about in the earlier video. And reusable shopping bags. This one's a cool little cotton thing that my friend gave me. She had like a million of them. Yeah, it's super handy. Great size, can be tucked in anywhere, folds down to nothing. It's also 100% cotton, and I have used this also as a drying rag when I've managed to forget my bandana. So, oh, and the oversized t-shirt that I'm rocking right now. It's like an extra large 100% cotton t-shirt. Sleeping in. This is the number 2 of 3 that I brought. I wore one for the first like 10 days, then I switched to this one, and I'm using the older, kind of dirtier one as now a rag. After I showered, to help like dry, and been using it as a towel. The 2 towels I brought, I only used one of them at the beach one time, and really haven't been using towels because I'm not getting wet. I realized that when you're showering with a spray bottle, you don't need a towel. You just need like a rag to wipe the dampness off. So, while I still say bring a towel, you just will not need it as much. So it's packed. It's not in an easy to get to spot because it's packed away. And what else? Oh yeah, Starbucks. So I've spent a lot of time, not a lot, well, yeah, I've spent a couple of days where I've been there for like half a day, because I was up in the mountains, had no internet connection, wanted to post some YouTube videos, wanted to reconnect with friends, talk on the phone, whatever, charge up everything. But see, I don't drink coffee. And when I was younger, of course, I did, and I was, I bought frappuccinos and wore UGG boots and did basic things. So I've spent money there. I just have managed this trip to actually not spend any money at Starbucks. And maybe if they see this, they'll kick me out next time. But I've never been asked to leave, and I figure until I am, then I'll just keep using it. I go in, it's busy, people are working. I find an empty spot with an outlet, plug in, set up my stuff, and I just, sit there and use the stuff and use the bathroom. And, the amount of money I spent at Starbucks when I was younger and wasn't, such a conscious consumer, I think is sort of like the investment that I made then to what I'm doing now. I'm just trying to justify it, but I do, yeah, they're great. They're everywhere, and they've got good amenities, but I still don't actually spend any money there for my frugality. So what else? Oh, also, I found wearing the right makeup, I don't need to wash my face every day. I wake up and it's pretty fresh. I just do a little refresh in the eyes. Sometimes the mascara crumbles a little bit. Dust that off, refresh, reapply some sunscreen. But yeah, I haven't been washing my face every day at all, letting my skin kind of breathe in a way. My makeup is very breathable. It's a mineral thing. I've talked about it before on my Instagram. And it's something that I've actually put it on specifically at night sometimes to help treat skin problems before, to heal stuff up overnight. Yeah, and I just wash my face maybe every 2-3 days now, 3-4 days sometimes, if I'm even bothering to wear makeup. I have been in the city because I like to. I'm around a lot of people and I feel better about it, but yeah, when I'm camping, pair of sunglasses. But so yeah, I found that wearing makeup and sleeping in it's been fine with me if you've got the right kind. And also, though, when I do wash my face, always washing the face at night, I like to use jojoba oil to do like oil cleansing for the eye makeup and get that stuff all off, and with just a rag, and then let jojoba oil sort of sink in, the extra just sink into my skin overnight, and I wake up just absolutely glowing. And sometimes I don't even put on makeup then, or it's a great canvas to start with. So I definitely always make sure I do that at night. So it's face is ready to go in the day. What's next? Oh yeah, change. Is it wrong to pick up change off the ground? Do people not do that anymore? I don't know. I've gotten some weird looks, but I collect pennies, and I don't care if they're heads up or tails up or whatever. I collect change off the ground, guys. And I've gone to stores and my total's like $32.47, and I'm either can give the 7 cents in change or the 47 cents in change depending on what I have. But I always try to do that. Some stores, even if you can't pay the whole thing with cash, you can often split it up and they'll let you give some change and then put the rest on your credit card. And I just tell them, oh, I got so much change. Do you mind if I give you this change? I'm trying to put change back in circulation, people. Honestly, I could make a whole video on change. But yeah, why do we have change sitting in our mason jars at home, in junk drawers, in our cars? Yes, I do have some quarters in my car. I have some rolled quarters just in case I need it for laundromats or parking meters. But, the thing is with parking meters in a lot of cities now, there's all this pay by phone, pay by card. There's a lot of modernization going around that I haven't even needed to open these rolls of quarters. So there is an emergency, but yeah, I just, I want to put change back into circulation. So there's a crusade for me. So I pick it up and I spend it. I guess it kind of makes me seem a little frugal too. What else? Oh yeah. I never, ever have slept as soundly as when I've slept in the car and it's a light rain. It's just the most wonderful feeling to be inside, dry, cool, but hear this pitter patter off the roof of raindrops is just absolutely incredible. Another good one is when I've parked on the beach and had the back door open to the ocean and hearing the waves crash. It's just absolutely amazing. Opposite of that, it's really hard to sleep when it's hot. That's hard to fall asleep. Once I get asleep, I'm okay, but that's again where this water bottle comes in handy. Last night it was so stuffy in the car. I left one of the windows down and I sprayed this up into the air to get like some mist in the air to cool off. I sprayed my legs with the bottle to cool off. Yeah, just got to do what you can to keep cool. So that leads into another point, is shade cover to me matters most in finding a parking spot. Free, it being free of course, and then shade. I have some sun on the car right now, but I am under a tree, so it's like filtered sun. It's staying very cool with my shades and everything. And the important thing about the parking that I have right now is that it is late afternoon shade from like 3 o'clock on. It's completely in shadow, no direct sunlight, and that is so important because I will be sleeping in this car and you would be sleeping in your car, and you need to find shade that the car has time to cool off late in the day. If you have late in the day sun coming in, it might just not cool down so fast that you can go to sleep. So that has been of utmost importance to me, is late in the day. Bonus, if you've also got morning shade, like one time I didn't have morning shade and the sun was literally coming into the car at 7 a.m. and I'd set an alarm to get up, but I slept through the alarm, and I woke up actually because I was hot, and it was already 9 and the car had 2 hours of sun on it. I had all the shades up, so I wasn't at risk of totally overheating because the car only gets up to about 95 degrees Fahrenheit with the shades, but still it's risky when it's all sealed in. And yeah, that was just a terrible morning because then I had to get ready in this hot car, and yeah, that's a mess. So having shade in the mornings or getting up before the sun affects your car is really important. So that concludes these 2 videos on the last 2 weeks. Sorry I had to break it up because of that garbage truck, but I will be posting these and answering to any comments, responding to any comments that you have, questions, let me know. I also, in the description, always link my Instagram where you can follow me, where I post pictures almost every day when I have service, and you can ask me questions, you can direct message me there, and we can talk and connect on that platform as well. So that's the way I'm like to connect with people, is either Instagram or through YouTube. I don't have any other, well, I have a public blog, but I haven't been updating that. That used to be linked to my Instagram. I don't think it is anymore. Yeah, so, and then I want to make another video about the pros and cons that I found between city, rural, and suburbia car life. So that will be coming up because I have been in all of those places on this trip in the last 2 weeks. So thanks for watching, and thanks for following along with my adventure. See you on the road.